stream started yet? Has the stream started yet? Come on, Twitch, tell me. Tell me. I think it might have started. Yes. Yes, it's started? Question mark? It has started as of 20 seconds ago. Hey, how's it going, everyone? Um, I have a special guest with me today. Say hi, a Chiral.
Hi.
He said hi.
I guess.
Um, and he's gonna watch me live code and talk about, sorry, not talk, ramble about everything that I'm doing.
Okay, Lord.
And what I have done I've done a bit of cheating actually, and I literally spent like 3 hours more on the freaking grid system. I honestly can't even remember what I did in the last stream. I'll have to watch it back. But basically, I have an actually solid grid system that I built from scratch, essentially. It's got a lot of math involved, and the math is roughly the same as before. Essentially, it takes the scale, the x and the y scale of the grid, and calculates in a loop where the center point of the grid should be. And that's how it calculates it for each like subsection of subsection of it. So like it's divided by 1 meter square. And hey ahead, Def, how's it going? I'm just briefly running through the code and like explaining how it works. So first things first, within the world, you can either place the grid within the world or inside of an object like a ship, like another actor, for example. And I've made it scalable, so all of the parameters within the grid are based on this actual physical scale of the grid. And essentially every single tick, again, this is something which I will optimize way more. I don't need to do this on every tick, but I'm doing it right now. On every tick, we get the actor scale and set the snapping points. And these snapping points are just the center point of the grid, right here. So in a 1 meter square grid, the center point would be here. But that will change with the scale, of course, because you get more center points the larger the grid is. So I've got this entire function which calculates, gets the very corner of the grid, which just makes the math easier. And all that is doing is taking the center point of the grid and offsetting it by the total scale of the grid. So essentially you have the corner location. And after that, you can just iterate over in a for loop and find out all of the points in the center using that corner point. So every time you offset the corner point by say a half of the length, you essentially get a corner point. And that's exactly what this math is trying to do and taking advantage of. And finally, after all of that, it just gets stored in an array, and this array can be read by whatever object is going to be snapping to it. So within my planet object, this is a generic actor, and in here I have, actually, do I have it in here or somewhere else? Yes, I do. Hey Jess, how's it going? It's nice to see more people in chat. Twitch really seems to be like, you know, Twitch really seems to hate me because every single stream I get like less than 3 average viewers. And it's always like 2.3 and 2.6 and these kind of numbers. Which means I'll basically never get affiliate at this rate. But yeah, pretty much every single snappable object or an object which has the ability to snap can inherit this blueprint component. And within this blueprint component, I have written some code, which is like, again, lots of complicated stuff. But I'll try to explain this a little bit easier. So when you move this object, correction, not when you move the object, but when you press G and grab this object, basically every single time it's been grabbed, it is constantly checking below itself to see if a grid object is underneath it. And if the grid object is, of course, our grid that we created inside the ship, like that thing right there. So you see that red line? Every time you release it, it will check if there was a grid underneath it. And if there was, the component will iterate through all of those snapping points and determine the closest snapping point using some vector math, of course. So every time I release this object, it is calculating where it should snap to based on the relative distance from its location to the snapping point location. And yeah, it works. It works pretty much all the time. There's a bit of weird behavior. It's like you can see that since it didn't quite hit the grid, it doesn't really snap. So it has to the center of the object has to overlap with the grid, at least in terms of height. Otherwise, it won't snap. But yeah, that's how it works. It's very cool, and it works all the time. He says it should have worked there, but it didn't for some reason, and I think that's a bug that I'm trying to figure out. So currently, it only seems to work for this axis, but not this axis, which is weird. Let me restart. I'm reading chat as well at the same time. Going through life's motions. But yeah, okay, so it worked there. Interesting. And it worked there. Oh, and sometimes that happens as well. The object just phases through the collisions of the ship, but don't worry about it. It's fine. So okay, yeah, that's what I'm intrigued about. Like, why did the object get stuck here? So one thing I'm going to do is objects, scalable grid, and I'll place a scalable grid within the world just to isolate one of the variables, because I'm hoping it's not because of the ship. We're back to Star Simulator. Yes, we are. We're creating a Star Citizen clone. But it's gonna have some of its own elements, of course. Its own special uniqueness. And it's gonna be way better than Star Citizen because, of course, it's a first-person game. Not a first-person, sorry. It's a single-player game. No, Star Citizen is also first-person, just to clarify. Damn. I create some code to only allow the scale to be integer values, but yeah, it clearly doesn't seem to work very nicely. So I'll disable it for now and keep the scale an expected amount. You should make the world's first second-person game. I think that already exists in some manner. I'm pretty sure there was a YouTube video about second-person games. Or what they would look like, at least. Okay. So, the thing is, it seems to work fine when the object is not inside the ship, which means I have a feeling it's related to the ship and not actually related to the grid. So the grid is actually working fine. So immediately, one of the improvements that I want to make is what Tom was telling me before, and it is to add set the actor's rotation and location based on the grid rotation. So set actor location, not like this, actor location and rotation. There we go. That's the function that I need. Oh, come on. Actor location and rotation. And let's move this about a bit. Oh, come on. Why is it not straight? Anyway. A second person pane would be pointless. You have to play as an NPC where you only watch what the main character is doing from a distance. I'm not joking. I'm pretty sure that game exists. And yeah, I am actually like certain. I could have sworn I've seen like a devlog of a game like that, or at least in the I've seen a YouTube video describing a game like that. So we've got the nearest grid snap location, which is of course finding iterating through all of the snap points and finding the closest point. I'll make this code a little bit cleaner as well. Sorry, I only did this yesterday and I didn't end up refining the code like to see how it looked like in terms of visual refinement. And I want to get the current components rotation as well. So can I do input actor and get not the as scalable grid, get actor rotation, and I want to apply this rotation to this as well, and teleport. We're using teleport physics, so grab, boom. Hell yes! Stop! Look at that! Oh, wait, no, don't look at that. Yeah, look at that. It works.
Pretty sick.
Now there is one more thing that I'm not 100% happy about, and it's that this behavior does still follow Star Citizen. In Star Citizen, when an object is attached to the grid, it is permanently locked in place. You cannot move it unless you grab it again, which it would be very helpful for, like, you know, sudden deceleration or something. So what I'm going to do also is I am going to take the input actor and attach actor to actor, and I'm going to take the scalable grid and use this as a parent actor. So what will happen is that as soon as the cube finds the grid and sets its location to the grid, it will also attach itself to the grid, and I have to keep world because otherwise this wouldn't work. And now, oh wait, no, there we go. It's attached itself, but actually it's kind of hovering, right? It's not quite right in terms of the z-axis. Interesting. And my grabbing logic no longer seems to work. Is it because I've welded them together? Oh, they don't have simulate physics. Yes, I don't want to weld simulated bodies then. Okay, so it still remains grabbable, but ooh, that's the question. What will happen if I now rotate the grid? Will the object stay locked in place? It does not. That is interesting. So that just means I have to enable physics on the scalable grid. Right, physics. Enable gravity is disabled and simulate physics is enabled. Unless I just disable the gravity component of the object, because that would solve an issue. Let me investigate. So I go to the grid, attach actor to actor, and place this. No. I need to get the gravity component from this input actor. Get component by class. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. And I know this is getting messy. I'll sort it out later. Don't worry. And I will do this deactivate. Okay. And I won't reactivate it right now. Just a second. Grab. Drop. I mean, I think everyone saw that coming. Well simulated bodies. There we go. Yeah, it remains ungrabbable. Fascinating. Cool, so I can't do that. I'll just have to disable this, and also, for now, I will enable physics on the scalable grid. Let's see what happens. Whoa! Huh? Where did it go? Right, there are some bugs to sort out, clearly, but... Oh, right, it has simulate physics! I forgot. No! It's flying away! No! Oh, goodness. It is now grabbable, but since it has physics... Oh yeah, I'm not attaching actor to actor. That's unfortunate. Huh. Yeah, I know. I think what I need to do now is whether to weld simulated bodies together. I want to say I don't know, because if I won't do that, the cube will not stay locked in place. Oh man, I need to disable the physics on the grid. It's just not working out. Right, and just as before, if I rotate it, boom, boom. In that case, I'll just have to disable the physics of the input actor. Disable physics. Oh, but if I disable physics, will the grabbing stop working as well? We'll see, we'll see. Set simulate physics. Nope, I can't get it. Get component. Get static mesh? No. Get mesh? No. Get component by class. And we get a static mesh component. And then we do set physics. And we turn off simulation. Now that does mean the gravity component will start working and it'll do a bunch of errors. Yeah, that still doesn't work. Cube has to have simulate physics enabled if you'd like to add force. Okay, my brain is like thoroughly rotting right now. So I want to be able to grab an object even though it's attached, because it clearly seems to work inside the ship. So right now the object is physically attached. Like, I can't... Wait, what? At least it should be. Why isn't it attached? Huh? Because if I move my ship now, that object is like stationary. It's not gonna go anywhere. What? Okay. I'm very confused now. And I can still grab it. So why does it not work for the grid? Also, I need to fix something about the grabbing logic. And I'm gonna choose this moment to do it. So yeah, this entire stream is just going to be optimizations and refinement, really. Kind of a boring one, but yeah, that's how it goes sometimes, right? Also, I've joined a game jam and I'm not sure if I'm gonna complete it. Just thought I'd mention that. Grab component at location with rotation. Because what happens is that if I get too close, which one? I joined the itch.io mini game jam. What was it? Number 58, I want to say. That number could be wrong. 51. Yeah, it's got the theme of underwater, and actually, I can show you. One sec. H.io. Game jams. Mini jam. Mini jam gam. Weird name. Number 51. Wow, I can't even open the page for it. That's amazing. H.io. Go to jam. Cool, there it is. It looks... The page looks horrible. Why is that? Okay, that's why. Because freaking Dark Reader is changing it. So yeah, this is it. It's the mini jam gam. That's so hard to say. 516 people. Oh my goodness. It started at 12 p.m. when I was at work, so I'm already behind. Very fun. And of course, the theme is underwater. Special object is speaker. So I kind of did have an idea for what to do with this theme. It's a little bit too ambitious though, so I may have to simplify it a little bit. But that might be something to stream tomorrow. Maybe I'll start do a little bit of work on the game jam, see how far I can get. And it only says you have limited time to create a game or prototype, so it doesn't even have to be a full game. It just needs to be a prototype. So I'll try doing what I had in mind. And yeah, you can use any game engine and assets and stuff. It's a very open-ended game jam, which is why I joined it. But the idea that I had was to... I'll explain a bit of it as well while I sort this out. So there's this game that I used to play a lot on mobile called Dark Echo. And essentially it's a game all around based on like sound. And it's like a sound-based puzzle-solving game where you play as a blind character and everything around you is black and like completely dark. And you have one thing that you can do, which is you can tap your feet on the ground. And as soon as you do that, you can even choose the intensity of that. As soon as you do that, all of the world gets revealed as like sound waves. It's a very, very cool game. I'll show a bit of what that looks like as well. One sec. Dark Echo. Like this. So this is your character, and as soon as you tap your foot, it just creates all of these like patterns around you and reveals the world. And sometimes you can also find these enemies within the world, and if you make too much sound, they will find you and they will hunt you. And this is the most fascinating part of the game, because you have to avoid these enemies and like navigate the world and get to the end of the level essentially. So I wanted to do essentially this, but underwater and in a 3D environment, because I don't know how to make 2D games. I suck at that. But maybe I'll eventually learn how to do 2D games as well. That's about it. Now, how do I fix this grabbing logic? Once the actor is attached, it's basically immovable. Why though? Why is it doing that? I do need to well simulate bodies. And in my gravity component, I need to modify my gravity component as well, so I'm already gonna go refine it. Actually, let me put this into... Can I make a backup folder? Backups. This gravity component is deprecated, so I'm not using it. And this is the only one that I use right now. If I rename it, it's gonna be like, your name is the gravity component. That's stupid. Stupid, unreal. But in the gravity component, I need to check if the parent mesh has physics enabled, and only then I can do any of this. It's just an optimization trick, I suppose. Pew, 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 and pew. And you grrr. Okay. Is physics. Is simulating physics. Nope, that's not. I think that's correct. Is physics. Is gravity enabled. Is physics collision enabled. I think that's the correct one at least. And I put that in a branch statement. Boom, boom. Cool. And now my object will not complain about it being like, you disabled my physics from me. Why are you doing this? The grab still doesn't work. Okay. Why does the grab not work? Let's see. Oh, I have a feeling I know why. Tag is grabbable. Find component by tab. Tag. So it finds the correct... I have a feeling it finds the correct actor. Let me put like a debug to make sure that it does though. Print string. And as soon as I print this, it essentially should be like, you grabbed the cube. Congratulations. Yeah, see you, it puts it in the top left corner. You grabbed the cube. Wow, you're so great. Okay. I'm just gonna straighten this up. Thank you. I hate when Unreal does that. Okay, so we grabbed the cube, but it didn't get grabbed. I think I know why, because we need to detach it. Congrats on grabbing that cube. It must have been tough. Tom, you know you can speak, right?
Yeah, good.
You could.
Wait,
Its
why
typing
would
is
I do
also
that?
funny. What I need to do is detach from actor. And I'm gonna keep the world location. So whenever the cube is grabbed, it will first detach it from whatever it's attached to. And only then it will grab it. Let's see if that works. Nope, it doesn't work. Huh? Why? Why though? Okay, I'm gonna have to do another debug print. Oh, it's no longer grabbing the cube. It just says it's a planet object. Because the cube has been detached? Is that what's happening? Got too many things open. There we go. Ideally, I should make this into a component as well. But we'll figure that out later. Print string. Let me just keep the debug pin for now. Wait, what? It's not saying cube anymore. Why is that? Oh, because it's getting the display name. I see. Not sure that matters, but okay. So we find the correct actor. But we do not update its we cannot update its world location and rotation. Why? Okay, I have a feeling I know. Let me do this. Detach actor from detach. Detaches the root component of this actor from any scene component it is currently attached to. Okay, that is not quite right, is it? Or maybe it is? Detaches the root component of this actor from any scene component it is currently attached to. Okay, we'll see if this I don't think this function... Okay, this did something. This definitely did something because the cube just like vanished into thin air. Get world location. Get component at location with rotation. Okay, the next thing I can do is check my event graph. And we will see if the update grab location is working correctly or not. Set target location and rotation, because this is what is supposed to update the location of the actor, which been grabbed. Okay, so it does seem like the function is working. But the object is not moving. Humu. I have another idea. Set simulate physics. No. I hate that it can't as static. I don't want to cast. I want to get the reference. Yeah, I can't grab the cube after it snaps to another location, which is weird, but I want to know why it's happening. So I'm trying to fix that. Get component by class, and I'm gonna get the I'm gonna get this static mesh component and set simulate physics. So this is one of my suspicions, that as soon as you the cube gets detached, or like attached to another grid without physics, it updates itself to not have physics. So now if I pick it up, it should have physics enabled and should be grabbable. I'm just that good, boy. I'm just that good. Oh, that's... Did I just see it phase through the ground? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So yeah, that works now. Sweet. And it works for every single node, of course. The one thing that I'm not super happy about is that it's hovering over the grid, but for now that's fine. I think that is fine. That might be just due to the collision of the grid itself, which I can verify right now in real time. Let's bring it here. Collision. Damn it, that collision is the simplest collision you can probably ever find. So the snapping system is done. More or less. The thing is, I have some plans for how to implement this within the ship, which is not going to involve me putting a white plane on top of inside the ship. What is eventually going to happen is that the actual physical grid is going to be part of the ship, like physically modeled inside of it. So the grid will be modeled, but you can only use it if you put this. I'll be essentially overlaying this grid actor on top of it and making it invisible. So the grid would still work and it'll be part of the model, but all of the only thing that's doing the math is the engine. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. So I don't have to like create a custom grid actor every single time. I could just model a grid as part of the ship and just overlay this invisible grid on top of it, and it should just magically work. But yeah, the snapping system in that case is done. This is what I wanted to do. However, there is still one bug which I have a feeling I've resolved after my latest round of changes. So let's verify that, because previously what was happening is that when I was putting this cube right at the edge, it would get stuck into the air and not be able to move. But I have a feeling I've fixed it now. Yes, I have. Awesome. Very, very cool. And the reason why it's hovering is because the collisions of the ship are not perfect. So if I quickly turn on collision view, you can see there's a bit of a weird collider here, and even I'm running into it. And the cube uses like a sweep, a collision sweep. So I think I can fix that if I disable that sweep. In the scalable grid. Oh no, it's the BPC underscore grid. I think this is a very deceptive name. I might change it. BPC underscore snappable. Maybe? No. Snapping component. I think that's a more accurate name for this. And then I can do disable sweep and enable teleport. So what will happen as a result? We'll see. We'll see. That's what will happen. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Unfortunately. Because I disabled the sweep, so it just physically sets the location to where the point is present. It doesn't actually consider its own center point, which is annoying. But honestly, I think it's fine to keep the sweep, because when I have better collisions, all of this will be resolved and I don't have to worry about it. So let me show you the cool magical part about this whole grid system, right? And why I spent so much effort on this. It's because it's very versatile, and I've only planned this out in my head, so I don't know fully if this works. But basically, I should let me show you something. One second. I will take this object and duplicate it. Okay, so now we have two planet objects, and currently they don't snap to each other, right? They don't snap perfectly, at least. But what I can literally go to my planet objects like actor. I can drop the scalable grid on top of it, and I can position it like this, right? Just, it's perfectly on top now. And I can set visible to false. So I essentially, in like this single actor, is now allowing me something. Oh yeah, some weird stuff happened with the collision. Just don't worry about it. Let me place it like that. Oh no, and you place it on every single face though. Happy Shah noises. I know. There's some weird stuff going on with the rotation. Oh, why is it doing that? Ew. I don't know why it's doing that. Damn it. Work. Okay. Can I disable the debug points, please? I'll just remove this from execution and keep it around just in case. Actually, you know what? They're much nicer to have as a visual indicator. So why is my snapping logic? I don't know. Let's see. Let me remove this for now. I want to try to move these two cubes individually, right? Okay, that works. Clearly that works fine. That's hilarious. That still works. Everything works fine. And my grabbing is also fine. Oh, wait. If I grab an object, I detach it, which means that some weird stuff is happening with it. Is what is happening. I think these might be colliding, is what I think. Yes, they are colliding because this has collision. I might disable collision for this. Collision. Relevant for level bounds. Damn it, I can't directly disable collisions like this. Okay, so we'll go into the actual physical actor and we'll disable collisions. No collision. Okay. I think the weird physics stuff was happening because the objects were colliding with each other. But now it should be fine. And I'll make it just inside. So toggle visibility is off. And now if I grab it, see, no weird physics happening. Right. But without the debug, I don't know where and without the visibility, I don't know where this grid is. Can I do render? Hidden in game. Okay, so I can see it physically, but I can't see it in the game, which is good. Which means I can do Alt drag. No. Control. No. How do I do? Is it Alt D? Shift D? How do I duplicate an object? I don't know. I can move it. Actually, I should probably enable snapping. Where's snap? Snap to grid. There we go. Snap. And then rotate by 90 degrees. And I'm gonna place these like all over. Wait, can I just rotate it? Yeah, and then move it, and then move it again. Cool. And then move it like this. And then also we gotta put one at the bottom, so we'll copy the top one and then move it. So even though this is not right at the moment, it's because of course this is not how Star Citizen done things. You can't just place a box in any rotation and expect it to snap to each other correctly. But I want to test out my theory right now, because what should happen is that my aim is just horrible. Interesting. So it doesn't quite seem to work correctly. Is it because it's colliding with the... I think I know what's happening. Is it because my my snapping system is based on hit actor, not the first actor that it finds. So it relies on collisions to work. That's no fun. That means I have to offset it just by a little bit so they're not colliding, for now at least. The real solution would be to just find whatever the first grid component is without just being hit, without hitting it. So if I just move it like the tiniest amount, I don't think they should collide anymore. Yeah, that looks fine. And okay, so now physics work fine. Damn it. Work. I don't think this is working. I think I also know why this is not working. Oh. Man, I really thought this would work. What if I just take the planet object 3 and delete all of its grids? I can't do that. Sadisha noises, yes. Because it's not an instance, I believe? Objects, planet object. I can't create an instance of this. Very sad. That means I can't fully test it unless I just create like a duplicate planet object for now and remove all of its grids. And delete that. Take this object, place it in the world. Oh, it's new Twitch viewer. How's it going? Right, so that still didn't work. Is it something to do with my it might be something to do with my calculation logic. It is likely not considering single-scaled single-scale grids. So let's have another look at the scalable grid component. And what I'll do is I'll print string all of the snapping points. If I can. No, it doesn't allow me to. In that case, I'll just... I can't do that. Is that a full spherical type planet? It absolutely is. Look at that. It's so pretty. Now, planets is a very generous term you've used there, because essentially it's literally just a spherical mesh with the texture on it. Next game, I'm planning a Hollow Earth game. That sounds fascinating. Are you gonna have like an entirely explorable sphere as well? Because that's what I've essentially got here. With gravity radiating outwards. Oh my goodness, you're gonna have physically accurate gravity. Very cool. So you look up and see the mountains and trees above you. Damn, that reminds me of Pandora from Avatar. Oh, that sounds awesome. So a 1 - X planet. That sounds really, really cool. Wow. When are you starting this project? Oh, my print string didn't work. The sky is like the easiest part, unfortunately. Hollow Earth, think like a halo ring by the sphere. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So you've got... Oh, I can imagine it now. So will the mountains and trees be attached to the outer layer? Or is it the inner layer? No, the outer layer of the hollow earth. And then, like, the inner side. Yes, okay, got it. So, okay, if essentially... Oh, I can't do that. But essentially, the mountains will be like here, and your player will be walking here. The sun is the core of the planet. How does that even work? What? The sun is the core of the planet. That's fascinating. I can't wrap my head around it, but it's fascinating. It also strangely reminds me of what was it? Dark Bramble from Outer Wilds, because that planet had a literal black hole at the center of it. Am I thinking of the wrong planet? Well, it wasn't Dark Bramble, was it? What was its name? I think Hollow Twins? Yeah. In my current game, I have the gravity nailed already, as well as player controls. Do you stream on this? Because I would love to see your progress. That sounds so cool. We're working on quite different projects, but, well, it's a space game, right? It's I'm very, very intrigued. Making a 4D game as well. How does that work? I'm so excited. I'm actually so curious about this. I'm very new to Unreal, by the way, just to make it clear. So, please do go easy on me. But yeah, I've completely forgot what I was doing. That sounds so fascinating. The final level is a sphere when you need to where you need to platform jump up to the core of the sphere. Okay. Yeah, all of this is kind of hard to wrap my head around. Right. So if I introduce this debug system, it should tell me, yes, it doesn't work. So my current game is a 4D maze, but in a 3D viewport. Right. And I cannot map the world in 3D, it must be a 4D map. What does the fourth dimension look like? Gravity can change to any direction. That must be so hard to implement, because, like, literally just figuring out custom gravity in this for this project was such a nightmare. Which then breaks your mind completely. Yes. That's crazy. Once again, I must ask, do you stream or, like, make content for this anywhere? Because I would love to watch. Sometimes. Is it on Twitch or YouTube? People say what I do is fake. Man, people say whatever. Don't worry about them. Twitch. I'll have a look. I'll 100% have a look. I am literally clicking on your profile right now and clicking visit profile. You've got 379 followers as well. How did you even find my stream? Wait, you play Satisfactory as well? That's so cool. I've made lots of streams on Satisfactory. On YouTube specifically, because, well, Twitch doesn't store data or store your videos for very long. But yeah, very happy to see another Satisfactory player as well. Satisfactory love. It's a really easy game, but can be done so many different ways. Completely agreed. Also, I find it hilarious that you say it's an easy game because at the at like tier 9, if everything gets insane, it gets so insane. Got all the achievements 60 hours at 1.0 going live. Wow. Just wow. Yeah, and here I am trying to figure out this stupid grid system which doesn't work. Okay, let me verify this by deleting everything except for just one grid, because I want to verify that the one grid works. Is it not showing because it's invisible? It doesn't work. I'm used to factory games. I used to play Greg Tech. I don't know about Greg Tech. Sorry. But yeah, that's very cool. I'm guessing you've also played Factorio. I haven't played Factorio. I kind of dread that game. Oh, it's because it's drawing the debug point at like a stupid location. Okay, so it does work. Huh. Factorio takes about 7 hours to complete and 15 hours for space. Really? Okay, I might give it a shot then. I will absolutely give that a shot. Okay, so I can see points on every single axis except for the top side. Why? Oh, because there's... It's because I'm an idiot. I prefer Angles and Bob mods, which take completion to around 4 months for base Factorio. The mods are being updated for Space Age. That is... yeah. I definitely am very intrigued about Factorio. We'll give that a shot. How's the physics? The physics seem fine, I think. But the snapping logic still doesn't work. And I've got a random pin string here. Greg Tech is the hardest mod pack for Minecraft. Wait, I think I know exactly what you're talking about. Because I saw one of my one of the YouTubers that I watch is Call Me Kevin, and he I think made a video on it. May have, I don't know. I can check his channel, and maybe you can tell me that it's the same mod. Where is it? I think it might be one of...
Hey there, friends. How's it going?
Let's see. Can I find like an easily recognizable frame? Okay. That's what I can find, essentially. Do you think that... is this what Greg Tech is all about? Like gears and stuff. Maybe I can just check his description for... No, it's not the same. It's a different mod, but it seems to be doing the same stuff. That looks extremely simple. Wow. I'm fascinated by that statement. Does this also look extremely simple? Me trying to snap an object to another object? It probably is. I'm not a game dev, so not by profession at least, but... oh boy, why does this not work? In Crytek, with some power modules, water makes them go boom. With some power modules, water makes them go... Oh, I see. So, but just by adding water to them, you cause a short circuit. Wait a second. Why is this not snapping? Does my snapping logic really rely on a collision? That's okay. Bye bye half your base. Does it cause really that big of a... I'm gonna head out. Have a good have a good night, Tom. See ya. Okay, so it does work. It just... Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. Oh, I forgot. It's because my freaking snapping system relies on hit actor instead of the first actor that it finds. Okay. I need to go back to BPC snapping component. Yes? Yes, out hit. It kind of needs to find the first actor that it finds instead of... My second game, you will play as a rabbit. So, is this your Hollow Earth game? Current game has images and models of my 2 late rabbits who were killed. That's very sad to hear. Are you making a game like dedicated to them? Oh, that's very sweet. You're kind of like immortalizing them in a format. Right. So a line trace relies on ignore self, actors to ignore, trace complex. I hate doing the store assets on Steam. What exactly are the store assets? Sorry? Like 30 different images to make your game visible across all of Steam channels. Oh, you've done Steam listings as well. Cool. Like tell me about the games you worked on. I would love to have a look. Steve, do not open it on my main monitor. I swear. I swear. You better not. No, don't do that. No. Thank you. Took me like a month to do store images. Wow. Yeah, I would love to check it out because, again, I'm a budding game developer. I do development. I'm a firmware developer. I do C and Python. I do not have much of a clue about game dev. I'm like trying to figure things out, really. I need to remake the videos and trailers. That's fine. I want to have a very quick look at the stuff that you worked on. It'll be nice to see. Have you written the controller blueprint? Rewritten? Kind of, yes. So someone had already made like a gravity controller blueprint, which aligns the camera input based on the rotation in C++. I didn't write it. Honestly, I just kind of copied it and didn't really fully understand what was going on. But switched from Unity to Unreal is wild. I can imagine. Yeah. You wrote your own? Yeah, I think that's the way to go. Because custom gravity in Unreal is, yeah, it's not fun. But I kind of just copy the code, if I'm being honest. My whites, this my current game on Steam. I'll have a look. White's this. Cool. I think I can show this without DDoSing myself. Right. There. Let's mute this for now. I will have a look at what's a 4D first-person platformer. I like the music. Did you make the music yourself as well? Oh, it's the rabbit! Music is licensed from Dark Fantasy Studios. Got it, got it. Right, I'm trying to spot the 4D element to this. You would have seen it already? Wait, I have? It go down and you are back to where you started. Oh my good. Okay. I actually didn't fully capture that. Well, let me see. So you go down. And the object has been moved. And you go up. Know that box and the question mark? Yes, yes, yes. And then there's the rabbit. Okay. The rabbit is there. Fine. Right. Okay. I see what you mean. You're back to where you started. Oh my goodness. That is a head scratcher. I can't even imagine how that is working. It's impossible to do that. You have never gone backwards, yes. Yeah, that is amazing. It is simplistic in terms of its visual style, but it really relays. It does a good job of like bamboozling you anywhere. I would recommend like adding some kind of a voice over as well. I know you said you're gonna be redoing all of the videos and stuff, but it was really hard to like decipher where the 4D element is. So when you go down, there's a path that ends up back to that point. But that path only exists in a plane that you cannot see. So when you went down, you're now back at the top. Oh, goodness. Without ever going up. Oh my goodness. How did you even program this? Yeah, I don't think I'm smart enough to even think about that. Yeah, that is fascinating. Wow. 5,000, 50,000 hours. That is quite the second game to be working on. And also, what the hell is up with this collision? Oh my goodness, what's happening with this stupid collision? Right on its butt is a teleport portal. You are seamlessly teleporting the player. Yeah, it is extremely seamless. Like, I could not tell what was happening in the video. So, happens if you keep looking at the rabbit. You continuously keep teleporting? That doesn't sound right. So I got code tell the GPU to stop what it is doing and forcing out the frame buffer to help with keep seamless renders. If you look at the rabbit, you won't teleport. That is an optimization though, isn't it? Otherwise it would... You will go down a different path. Oh, okay. So looking at the rabbit is a condition to do something else. Right. Look one way and go backwards. Yeah, that's a very cool game that you're working on. God damn it, this still doesn't work. It works on this grid, clearly. I'm never going to show this in videos, you will need to work out the science. Yeah, that makes sense. It is a puzzle game after all. That makes sense to me. Okay, so my snapping logic doesn't work very nicely with the single object for some reason. Is it because of the sweep? It might be because of the sweep again. Menus in English, Welsh, French, and German. Nice. So you're already considering localization. That's pretty cool. Full controller support. That's something I want to consider for my game as well. Right, I should probably explain what game I'm working on. It's essentially... It's nothing as original as your game. My game is going to be essentially like a Star Citizen clone, if you know of Star Citizen. But it's going to be fully single player, plus co-op in the future, maybe, question mark. And of course, it'll be like seamless planetary travel. Only $2,500 in. Wow. You're actually spending money on the project as well. I currently have not spent on an Orion? Gordon Orion, Endeavor Hope, Cutlass Ray. Oh my goodness, you're a Star Citizen player as well. That's yeah. So you probably know exactly what I'm working on then. Damn it, the freaking grid is interacting with the ship and making it do weird things. But yeah, the plan is, what I want to do with this game is I want to take the cargo hauling and mining of Star Citizen and essentially make it into this game, make it mission based like how it is at the moment right now. But because it's going to be like completely single player, it doesn't have the stupid bugs the freaking game has. I love Star Citizen, I really do. It does some amazing things, but I also cannot stand the fact that you cannot go without it. Like, it's hard to go one session without some weird problem happening. And admittedly, now that I'm working on a space game, I understand that there are why there are problems. But still, I mean, within a couple of weeks, I've gotten this far. I've got a planet with custom gravity. I've got a flyable ship. I literally spent an entire day on the Niagara system-based thrusters. I'm currently working on the grid system. I'm also learning like Blender modeling at the same time. It's a lot of things at the same time, which I'm pretty proud of. With my teleports, I got loads of options. They are basically portals, so maintain physics speed too. That's very nice. Yeah, a lot of things you have to consider in game dev, right? One thing that's been the bane of my life right now is collisions. Oh my goodness. Collisions are the worst. If you keep going down the mechanical table and the path changes, you can go through backwards and not teleport or teleport. You can go through backwards and not teleport or teleport. Okay, I see. By the way, random question. Since you know Star Citizen, do you also know Ollie 43? Using a dot product on the player view direction versus portal direction to determine. Ollie 43, no. Don't worry about it, it's okay. It's he's just mainly a Star Citizen content creator. Right. I'm still stuck at this problem. Oh. Okay. Let's try working with one. I just don't follow any content creators. That's perfectly fine. Let me disconnect from Discord because no one else is here. Can I delete all of these? So I only have one component to work with. Maybe a miracle on Path of Exile. Yeah, I don't know about him. Right, so that's still a problem. Interesting. So something weird is happening with my snapping logic. But that's it. I'm working on simple small games, something obtainable. I really need to follow what you're doing because yeah, it's getting kind of crazy. I've been trying to work on game development for a very long time because thing is, I already do programming as my main job. It's literally my livelihood. And doing game them at the same time feels like a second job almost. So it's been hard to get into. But yeah, like with this project, I've made more progress than I've made in any project before it. So I guess that's telling, right? I'm always excited to work on this project. With my current game is full lumen, which is fine, but I'm trying to change it to a non-lumen method. I completely agree. I want to follow in your footsteps as well. Essentially, I want to try avoiding using nanite, but well, I don't think that would be possible for this game. But I want to completely also try avoid using lumen. Well, right now it is using lumen because it's development phase, but I want to do like big lighting for everything. Nanite is a requirement. Yeah, unfortunately you're right. It is. Especially if you want like detailed geometry. Right. Okay, so that worked. That snaps correctly. What? Well, correctly is not quite right, is it? It is not setting the location. So with my second game, I'm effectively needing a whole planet to be rendered at all time, as it's all inverted. To do that, I need nanite. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh wait, whoops. Already attached to would form cycle, aborting. Oh, I don't know what that error means. So the black dot is actually just a debug point indicating the location that I've stored. So that black dot is just like a physical representation of all of the chords that I have. So I've got the correct chords. My snapping system is calculating the correct coordinates. So you can see like when this object moves, all of the dots move along with it. And these dots are also like aligned at like half-meter points. So my dots are at the correct point. It's just like the snapping doesn't seem to work quite nicely. Like when I update the location of this cube, it doesn't get updated quite right. I need to go to the third-person character. Set actor location and rotation, sweep and teleport. Let me try disabling those for now. Reference them as variables in Blueprint and access them if you're doing a ray trace. Yeah. Then move cube XY to the dots of that face, adjust Z as needed. That's what let me show you what I've got, 1 second. So within the snapping component, I've got an event which can be called by whatever object is inheriting this component, and from this I essentially do a line trace from the parent actor downwards, And of course, yeah, as you said, XYZ is just localized perspective as is downwards. It's accounting for the gravity direction and all that. So I've already thought of that, don't worry. And getting the hit actor and getting the nearest snap locations, which is essentially it's just going through the list of array, like the snapping points that I've stored, which are those black points you saw. And where did that go? What was I showing? What was I just showing? I'm so lost already. But there we go. And it sets the actor's location and rotation based on those snapping location positions. So I've got the correct logic. I streamed gameplay for the game dev for the first time. Wasn't the most perfectly planned, but I would say pretty good for the first time. I'll have a look at that ahead there for sure. Let me visit your profile as well. Very cool. You got 32 views on it. That's very nice. I'll also follow. So it finds the scalable grid actor that it just hit. I took a huge break from Twitch a few years ago. I only started Twitch this year. Yeah. Haven't done much streaming. Actually, that's a lie. I've done a lot of streaming on YouTube, not on Twitch. That's alright, ahead Dev. Don't worry. Is it because it's welding simulated bodies? Let me see. What happens if I don't do that? Does it snap correctly? Oh man. That was the most imprecise snap. No, it's not. It's not setting the location. Get actor rotation. What if I remove that? I got Forza 5. I swear we played the same games, Sarah Wild. I literally pre-ordered Forza 6 today. I never pre-order game. I literally never pre-order games, but yeah. Forza 6 was my second pre-order. It tries too much to appeal to too many people. Maybe, but it's still a very fun game. I think I still like it. I still like Forza. It's just fun. Right. The next thing I want to try stopping is the attaching bit. Crew I used to like, but Ubisoft. Yes, Ubisoft. Oh, rest in peace to the crew. I know I like, but again, Ubisoft. Oh, freaking Ubisoft, man. Right. Okay. It's pretty clear that I can't figure this part out. So what I'll do is I'll remove this for now. And I need to make sure that this is like way less sensitive. I'm gonna get some sleep. See ya. Have a good night ahead. I will also get some sleep because it's literally 11:30 right now. I got a friend, they have never played a game in their life and now works for Frontier and devs on Elite Dangerous. That's why what? I'm kind of confused. Like, how is someone who has never worked on a game doing game dev? That sounds very sus. Many of my friends have wonderful jobs. Yeah. I mean, I don't think personally I wouldn't want to work on game dev as a professional because it's I guess it's a hobby right now. One is now a lecturer at a university. Ah, I would love to be a lecturer. I like teaching. I really do, even though I've never taught before. Don't ask me why I like teaching then. But I like the idea of teaching at a university. Alright, I want to make this significantly less sensitive. Physics. Linear damping. I think that's the thing that I need to reduce. Let's make it like quite high. Yeah, that didn't quite work, did it? University of Gloucester. Oh, are you from the UK as well, Sarah Wild? Or is it just your friend? I am? Oh my goodness, that's crazy. So, literally, while streaming, I found 2 people from the UK. It's Head Dev is also lives in the UK. I live in the UK, of course. That's why I said it's 11:30. Wow, that's amazing. One works for Backbase. I don't know what Backbase is. AI banking app. Oh, I didn't know there was an AI banking app. Interesting. That's all I have to say about that, unfortunately. Oh, I didn't update the physics of the other random object that I... Thinking about that, why do I have 2 of them? Delete that. And I just want to check their physics interactions and see if they're fine. Okay, that is less sensitive. Anna does electrical engineering. She sought asylum here in the UK when I was in uni. I met her. She said she wanted to go to uni. Yeah, I did electronics in my for my degree, which is why my specialization is C, and now Python as well. I told her when you get your asylum granted, you can attend uni. That's great. And now she gets to do a very, very lovely degree. Electrical engineering is also pretty great. I gave her C++ books and she got asylum. She attended uni. She's one of the leaders in her industry. That's amazing. Wow. That is actually amazing. Hey, you got any of those C++ books for me? Because I have a feeling I might need them. Again, yeah. I do want to learn C++. It is fascinating to me. I've done a bit of C# and of course C. Sam's Teach yourself C++ in 21 days. Is that a book? Got it. I'll have a look. The book is like, you can find it for free as PDF from most unis online, but the book is £35. It holds your hand. Understandable. What's the latest edition? Because the last edition I can see is the 5th edition, and I cannot imagine that's pretty recent. Works well with Visual Studio. I'm more of a VS Code kind of guy, but yeah. Lately, I've been getting to grips with Visual Studio. Sarah Weil, Jackbot, stop wasting. Just ignore Nightbot. Nightbot hates links for some reason. I will have a look. Oh my goodness, that literally is the entire PDF. I made the mistake of opening it in my chat, and now I can't see chat. Whoops. Chat? No, it's still open. How do I go back? That's annoying. Oh boy. I'm using Atom Multistream and I just literally opened the document for me within the chat that I was seeing. Yeah. I guess I'll have to do something else. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Twitch? Yeah, there we go. No idea of the university, but many host it for free. That's great. First one I found. I'll have a look. Thank you very much. Now, can I make these objects like supremely... Oh my goodness. Dennis Ritchie? Who is that? All hail Dennis Ritchie. Am I supposed to be knowing this person? The creator of C. I am supposed to be knowing this person. Oh my goodness. You will know this person. I mean, this is pretty cool, but it hasn't really solved my problem. He is mentioned in that book. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Because C++, like C is just a subset of C++. He died same week as creator of Apple. Dennis created B programming language too. Wow, I have actually never heard of B. I guess I didn't really catch on, huh? There's a D programming language based on C. What? I guess that didn't really catch on either. Yeah, that's not working. I'm just going to leave it alone for now. Oh, what if I just increase the mass? Oh. Taurus Stopper game was written in D. I don't know about that game either. Ooh, that's pretty fun. What if I make this 1,000 kilograms? Sorry, I'm just playing around now. Yeah, this is what I've got so far. Like, I can pack an object up, and I can fly with it. Yay! My debug points are still on. Damn it. But yeah, eventually I'm going to have more planets to go on, better looking planets, because right now it's just a sphere. I want to get like actual procedurally generated planets. And a proper space station. Gary Kidal, another great legend for computing, he created CP/M, which IBM DOS was based on. Also another mention in the book, I presume. Actually, can I please place these objects? Whoops. A little bit closer. But yeah, I wanted to improve the grid system a little bit today and refine some of its logic. And I did do that, but I didn't do it completely. A great legacy player in computing. Yeah. Absolutely. Wait, where did it go? He was a host on Computer Chronicles. Died in 1994. It's slowly coming together. Oh boy. The object just phased through the ship. Yeah, the collisions of the ship are a bit of a mess, but I'll figure it out. You go through it all, it's not going to take you... Go through it all, it's not going to take you 21 days. Let me guess, it's going to be way more than that. Yes. I knew you were gonna say that. I just knew it. But yeah, thank you for the recommendation. I'll 100% have a look at that. And why is my actor rotation not working? Because it's supposed to snap perfectly. Oh, come on. Why does it do that? Interesting, like how it's leaning outwards. I think that might be one of the bugs that I have. Even though the snapping location is correct. It was the main book for my first years of BSc Honors Computers game dev course. You did a game dev course? No wonder you're so good at making games. You know the obvious things to code to practice. AVL, no idea what that is. B tree, also no idea what that is. A star, everyone knows of A star. Conway's Game of Life, what? Singleton. Yes, I think I know singletons. With pointers and without. Oh yeah, pointers are my bread and butter. Pointers are everything I do in my programming. Because I'm an embedded dev. I have to know all of that stuff. Doing all of these with pointers and without will give you a great foothold. Yeah. Eventually what I want to do is convert all of these systems from like a blueprint base to C++ code. Or at least the ones that will like, absolutely benefit from optimization. A B-tree binary tree is an advanced data structure. AVL is a self-balancing B-tree. So what does this data structure actually do? A binary tree. I'm trying to infer what it's supposed to do from its name, but I can't really think of it. Also, can I please stop drawing debug now? That would be great. Okay, I actually cannot figure out. It should be in BPC underscore scalable grid or BP. There we go. Yes, yes it is. Conway's Game of Life is a simple rule set to see how swarm behavior can appear organized behavior. Oh. That's very cool. What is not cool is the fact that my collisions are stupid. Classic programming example in uni. Yeah, I'll tell you, my programming examples did not involve the Game of Life at all. The programming I was taught was C, and it was so utterly basic, like, because it was an electronic engineering course, and what they wanted you to know was just the bare bones essentials to get you programming microcontrollers, not game behavior. If you know pointers, do you ever have pointers pointing to pointers, occasionally pointing to pointers? Yes, actually I have. But I've only gone like one foot deep in that, I guess. I've only got pointers which are pointed to another pointer. Or getting a pointer to a pointer. Have you tried quaternion coding? I have not, no. Again, game dev eludes me for now. The only thing I like doing is prototyping and learning more bit by bit. It's the most I can do. And constantly improving. You know about standard 3D rotations with gimbal lock? No idea what you're talking about. You know what I know about? I know about vibes. I know what I want to achieve. And if 3D rotations with gimbal lock is the only way for me to achieve what I want, I will, I guess, eventually learn about it. But yeah, this game can look strangely pretty at times, even though it's literally just a single sphere with a ship. So with 3D rotations, if two axes are 90 degrees to each other, you can lose an axis of freedom. So 3D has a limitation. Right. Games use the fourth dimension to rotate. Okay. That is very fascinating. You're like an entire wealth of knowledge. I think I can remove this grid now. It was just there for debug. Alright, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to achieve in this stream. It's been almost 2 hours, and I might take my leave now. In games we use quaternions, which are 4D. We use them to rotate objects in 4D space. It's very cool to learn about what actually goes on in the underlying logic. So you need a fourth axis just for rotation. The cactus blocking me from moving. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you so much for joining, Sarah. It was very... Okay, I'm gonna read that again. Time is not a dimension. It is often associated with 4 dimension. As we say, 2 objects occupy the space at any time, but that's a limitation of the human mind. Yeah. We can have as many dimensions as we want. $20 arrays are easy. Yeah. Easy for a computer for sure. Not for humans. But anyway, I mean, I'll leave my Discord in the chat if you want to join and discuss some more. C++ is crazy, you can do so much. I definitely want to learn C++. I think it's going to be a much better time for me than a complete beginner because I already know C. But yeah, definitely want to try learning more C++ and implementing proper C++ code in Unreal. But yeah, feel free to join, have a chat. I'll be going to sleep now because it's 12 o'clock and I had work to do, so I'm in there. See you later, and I'll be checking out some of your stuff as well on stream. It sounds very cool. It's 12. Yes, it's 11:58. Not 12 yet. That is extremely pedantic. I know I said it's literally 12, but it's another 12 hours, 2 minutes. But yeah, I'll see you around. Have a good night.